She won't say it out loud, but she feels it. And the moment he walks into the room, something inside her shifts. There's a quiet truth most people are too afraid to admit. Attraction isn't random. It isn't just about looks, money, or age. It's about energy. It's about emotional gravity. And when a younger woman finds herself drawn to an older man, it's rarely by accident. It's psychology. It's instinct. It's contrast. The first type she secretly desires is the calm authority, not the loud man, not the one trying to prove himself, the one who doesn't need to. He speaks slower. He listens longer. He reacts less. When tension rises, he doesn't flinch. When others panic, he evaluates. That calm nervous system becomes magnetic. Why? Because emotionally, stability feels safe, and safety creates attraction far more powerfully than chaos ever could. Younger men often compete for attention. The calm authority doesn't compete. He selects. His boundaries are clear. His time is valuable. He doesn't overtext. He doesn't overshare. He doesn't chase validation. That restraint creates mystery, and mystery invites curiosity. She feels like she's standing near a mountain, solid, grounded, unmoved by storms. The second type she craves is the purpose-driven builder. This man is not obsessed with women. He's obsessed with growth. His career, his mission, his craft, something meaningful commands his energy. He wakes up with direction. He moves with intention. And here's what most people misunderstand. It's not about wealth. It's about trajectory. A younger woman doesn't just see who he is today, she senses where he's going. Ambition paired with discipline signals long-term thinking, and long-term thinking signals security, emotional and practical. When a man knows what he's building, he doesn't cling. He doesn't center his identity around being desired. That self-containment is powerful. It communicates, I want you, but I don't need you to complete me. Neediness repels. Purpose attracts. The third type she's drawn to is the emotionally regulated man. This is the one who has faced life, loss, failure, rejection. And instead of becoming bitter, he became wiser. He doesn't explode over small misunderstandings. He doesn't withdraw into silence as punishment. He doesn't manipulate. He communicates clearly even when it's uncomfortable. Emotional maturity is rare, and rarity increases value. When she senses that he can hold space for her emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them, something softens. She doesn't have to manage his reactions. She doesn't have to shrink herself to keep the peace. That freedom deepens attraction. Younger women aren't searching for perfection. They're searching for emotional leadership, a man who can guide the energy of the relationship instead of being controlled by it. Calm authority, purposeful direction, emotional regulation. These qualities aren't loud, they're not flashy, but they create psychological safety and subtle tension at the same time. And that combination, it's powerful, because attraction isn't just about chemistry, it's about how someone makes your nervous system feel. There's another layer to this that most men never understand. Desire doesn't just respond to strength, it responds to contrast. The fourth type she secretly desires is the experienced guide. Not a teacher in a classroom, not someone who lectures, but a man who has lived enough life to move with quiet confidence. He's traveled, he's failed, he's rebuilt. He carries stories in his posture. When he speaks, it's not to impress, it's to share perspective. And perspective is seductive. A younger woman often lives in a world of fast validation, instant messages, instant reactions, instant opinions. The experienced guide moves differently. He doesn't rush decisions. He doesn't get swept into trends. He evaluates before acting. That patience creates polarity. He becomes the steady rhythm to her faster tempo. And psychologically, opposites in energy, when healthy, create tension that feels electric. It's not about control. It's about direction. He can lead a conversation. He can lead a plan. He can lead a vision, not in a dominating way, but in a grounded way. Leadership, when rooted in calm certainty, triggers a deep emotional response. It signals, you can relax, I've got this. And relaxation opens the door to attraction. The fifth type is the selective protector. Notice the word selective. He doesn't posture, he doesn't look for fights, he doesn't try to prove toughness. His strength is quiet but undeniable. He's physically present, mentally aware, emotionally steady. Protection isn't about aggression, it's about responsibility. When he walks beside her, he's attentive without being paranoid. He anticipates, he plans, he's mindful of surroundings. That subtle vigilance sends a powerful subconscious message. You matter. But here's the deeper psychology. He protects his standards just as fiercely. He doesn't tolerate disrespect. He doesn't allow manipulation. He doesn't sacrifice his values for temporary attention. That self-respect elevates his presence. Because protection without self-respect becomes desperation. Protection with boundaries becomes masculine strength. The sixth type she desires is the man who isn't impressed. This is where many misunderstand attraction. Younger women are often used to being pursued aggressively, complimented constantly, placed on a pedestal. The older man who sees her beauty but doesn't worship it, that shifts the dynamic. He appreciates, he doesn't idolize, he enjoys her energy but doesn't rearrange his life for it. His validation is measured, his attention is intentional, and that scarcity increases its value. When he gives a compliment, it lands differently. When he gives time, it feels earned. That changes how she invests emotionally. Humans value what they work for. The man who isn't easily impressed creates space for her to step into her best self. She feels challenged, not criticized, to grow, to deepen, to mature. And that dynamic creates something powerful: admiration. Admiration sustains attraction far longer than surface excitement ever could. Experienced guide, selective protector, unimpressed presence. These archetypes aren't about age alone. They're about evolution. They're about depth over drama. Because at a subconscious level, desire often looks for something stable enough to lean into and strong enough not to collapse under emotion. Now here's the part most people avoid. Desire isn't always logical. It's layered. It's emotional. It's tied to identity, security, curiosity, and growth. And the seventh type she secretly desires is the self-possessed man. This man is comfortable in his own skin. He's not chasing youth. He's not trying to compete with younger men. He's not dressing like someone he's not or forcing himself into trends that don't fit. He understands who he is. And that self-acceptance radiates. Confidence that doesn't beg to be seen feels different. A younger woman senses when a man is at war with his age. She also senses when a man has embraced it. The self-possessed man knows his strengths. He knows his limitations. He owns both. Ownership is powerful. Because when a man is fully aligned with himself, he stops seeking approval. And when approval is no longer the goal, authenticity rises. Authenticity creates trust. Trust builds attraction that feels grounded instead of chaotic. But there's something even deeper happening psychologically. Older men who have done inner work often carry clarity. They've made mistakes, they've seen relationships succeed and fail, they understand patterns. That awareness allows them to move intentionally instead of impulsively. Impulsiveness can feel exciting at first, but intention feels safe long-term. And here's what most won't say openly. Many younger women are not simply seeking age. They are seeking energy that feels anchored. Anchored energy doesn't swing wildly with moods. It doesn't withdraw affection to create anxiety. It doesn't use jealousy as a tactic. It doesn't rely on emotional games. It communicates directly. The self-possessed man can say, "I enjoy your company," without losing his center. He can say, "That doesn't work for me," without anger. He can walk away if necessary, without drama. That emotional steadiness builds something rare: respect. Respect is often the silent foundation of lasting attraction. Without respect, desire fades into familiarity. With respect, desire matures. And here's the truth that may surprise you. It's not about control, it's about polarity. Healthy polarity isn't domination, it's difference, it's complementary energy. When a man brings structure and direction and a woman brings emotional depth and fluidity, something powerful forms. But that only works if the man isn't insecure. Insecurity tries to dominate. Security leads without force. The self-possessed man doesn't need to overpower a room. His presence alone shifts it. His silence isn't awkward, it's intentional. His laughter is relaxed. His eye contact is steady. His pace is measured. These micro-signals communicate strength far louder than words ever could. And attraction, especially across age differences, thrives on emotional signals more than surface traits. It's never just about wrinkles or youth. It's about wisdom versus impulsiveness, stability versus uncertainty, depth versus surface. When a younger woman feels she can grow beside a man instead of managing him, something changes. She feels inspired instead of exhausted. She feels guided instead of confused. That feeling becomes addictive, not because he controls her, but because he controls himself. But here's the truth most men don't want to hear. Age alone means nothing. If time has only made you bitter, rigid, or emotionally closed, it won't create attraction. It will create distance. Years do not equal value. Growth equals value. The reason certain older men become magnetic isn't because of gray hair or life experience by default. It's because they transformed experience into wisdom. There's a difference. Wisdom softens the ego. It sharpens judgment. It removes the need to win every argument. It removes the need to be right all the time. And that emotional spaciousness allows connection to breathe. Younger women don't secretly desire age. They desire depth. They desire a man who has integrated his past instead of being haunted by it. A man who has made peace with former mistakes. A man who can look at life with perspective instead of panic. And here's where power comes in. Real masculine power is quiet discipline. It's waking up early without announcing it. It's taking care of your body without obsessing over mirrors. It's building financial stability without flashing it. It's honoring commitments when no one is watching. That kind of power feels steady, predictable in the best way. And predictability in character builds trust. Trust builds desire that lasts. Now let's talk about something subtle, emotional containment. The older man who understands emotional containment doesn't overshare trauma on the first date. He doesn't unload his fears to create sympathy. He reveals layers gradually. He allows curiosity to grow. Mystery isn't manipulation, it's pacing. When a man reveals himself too quickly, tension disappears. When he reveals himself intentionally, tension deepens. And healthy tension fuels attraction. But this only works if it's authentic. If you pretend to be detached while internally craving validation, it leaks through your behavior. Energy cannot be faked long-term. That's why self-work matters more than tactics. The older man who becomes desirable isn't running strategies. He's running self-respect. He values his time. He values his health. He values his standards. And because he values himself, he does not tolerate chaos disguised as excitement. And here's something powerful. He chooses slowly. He doesn't chase every signal. He observes. He evaluates. He invests where there is reciprocity. That discernment increases his perceived value because desire strengthens when it feels intentional. The dynamic becomes balanced. She feels pursued but not hunted, desired but not possessed, admired but not pedestalized. And in that balance, something rare forms, mutual growth. If you are an older man watching this, ask yourself honestly, have the years shaped you into someone calmer, wiser, stronger, or have they simply added more walls? If you are a woman watching this, reflect deeply. Do you feel drawn to age or to energy? Because at the core of it all, attraction responds to emotional safety combined with grounded strength. Now I want you to be honest in the comments. What quality makes someone feel truly powerful to you? Age, confidence, stability, purpose, or emotional maturity? Share your answer below. And if this opened your perspective in a new way, like the video, subscribe for deeper psychological truths, and send this to someone who needs to understand the difference between growing older and growing stronger.